Derek, Rocco, Kevin, and I saw Elysium.
We saw Elysium
this weekend.
We saw our friend Alicia. I'm just kidding. The movie Elysium.
I liked it.
Let's
I was
warn the
entertained.
chat. We're going to talk about Elysium.
Yeah, I'm going to leave because I haven't seen it.
Do you think we can review it?
I don't think we should spoil anything.
I'm not going to spoil it.
No spoilers.
Some people don't even want to fucking hear anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not planning
shut
to
off
spoil
your
it.
mic.
So I'm just telling you right now, we're talking about Elysium.
Good.
We're going to talk about it.
The podcast from here on out is not edited. The end of the podcast being edited. Go ahead. I'm going to leave, just in case.
Okay, this is not edited.
Unedited, unscripted footage.
This is raw.
You guys are getting it raw.
They can't hear you. You got to talk into the microphone.
We're wrapping it up. We're doing it raw. I liked the film. I was
Derek, edit
entertained
this.
We
by
just
the
have to
look
edit
of the
this part.
future.
Yeah,
I was...
Take your time. We're not editing this.
Oh, it's unedited.
Yeah, he'll just leave this running.
Okay. What's up, guys?
Take a breath.
Hey, this is your
We're
boy
gonna-
Fruit Snack.
This is going to be a long podcast, is all I'm saying.
We're gonna
Well, let us
Always
talk.
yelling.
Yeah, none of us have
Always
a
interrupting
we're
me.
gonna review, and we're gonna review it right. We're gonna talk Elysium. Our first reviewer, Garrett.
First,
Alan.
hold on. It's a tricky title.
Yeah.
E. L. Y.
See, I would have gone I if I
I
was
know.
calling it. But
And
it's
is
Y.
it Eli or Elysium? That's
You know,
the great debate.
That's where it
Hold on.
lies the question.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Because we're going to get to it.
S-I-U-M. Elysium. Elysium. Welcome to the discussion.
Elysium, maybe with a Z, I'd pronounce it.
Okay, what were you going to say?
I enjoyed it. I had fun in the theater. I was like tense at times where I was supposed to be tense. It took me on a fun ride. It gave me a little insight to the future, and I believed every second of it. The way the kind of like crude mechanical exoskeletons looked and worked, I thought was really cool. The set design and everything, it was so perfect. Just the little touches. I really enjoyed the acting in it, and the story was pretty basic story, but fun science fiction, cool stuff. It did look a lot like Halo. There's a lot of Halo stuff in there, I think.
Weapons specifically.
I think just like weapons, drop ships, stuff had that dirty, organic look to where, like, if we're headed in the same direction we're headed, I believe this shit looking like this a couple years out.
I thought the weapons looked cool and the technology looked cool, and I thought the CGI was really well done.
Yeah.
I
Just
couldn't
like in
tell when
District
it was.
9.
I couldn't
There was
tell
only
when it
a couple
was.
parts where I was like, that's a little shoddy. But for a movie where almost every single shot had
Is, yeah,
augmentation
exactly.
in it, that's
Yeah.
really good if one or two are like, hey, that looks a little weak. The CGI was really good.
It never. Honestly, and I get so sick of CGI bullshit
Yeah.
in movies. Never had that thought during this movie.
Me neither.
The future shit that they developed and the technology was realized so awesome to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
It looked and felt like a video game type story and environment and everything. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think coming from something that, or someone who kind of desired that, I wanted this futuristic look with kind of a video game style to it, and that definitely...
The look was cool. I'm just going to say I felt like the movie's not that long, but it felt a lot longer than it actually was to me watching it.
Huh.
And I enjoyed it while I was there to a certain point, but after a while I started getting bored. And then when it ended, I was like, okay. And the more I thought about it, it just didn't really do it for me. So that's my review.
Yeah,
I thought Matt Damon was good. I thought
Yeah,
I thought the guy from District 9 could have been better. Honestly, he was kind of like...
I liked him. I thought he did.
I liked him.
I thought when he got really angry and really intense, he didn't sell it because I was just maybe I just see the character from District 9 too much, but I was just like, hey, you're kind of a weenie. You're just like, I am in charge. Nobody better fuck with me.
It was a little silly, but I enjoy. He was still fun to watch for me.
I was sucked in, man. I believed everything.
Yeah. My issue with it was not anything that I didn't believe or whatever. Though I said I thought Jodie Foster sucked personally, but that was just me. But it wasn't any amount of believability or anything that I had any issue with. For me, it was just that was. To me, I mean, really, like if you watch District 9, you watch this, you really see the difference between a passion project made with very little money and just kind of a really expensive movie that didn't really say something that, it was very safe. I thought it was very much in a pink bow, just.
Yeah,
it didn't.
It could have been a little bit more complex.
Given that this, I don't want to keep comparing to his other movie, whatever. But given that this is a director that this is his second movie ever, and given that with his first one it defied your expectations so many times, already the movie is directed in such an unorthodox way, and it immediately made people go, "What's this guy going to do next?" I would never think that if I saw Elysium, and just given that, in that movie, you're constantly, oh, wow, I really like this main character. I didn't expect him to do these things. Wow, now I fucking hate him. No, oh, he's okay? Is he? I don't know. To get so much bigger of a budget and just kind of, it felt very traditional. It felt very like, okay, yeah, from the very first minute, you were getting like, one day you're destined to do this, and you'll do it, and
that was kind of cheesy, but
it's like, okay,
yeah, it's just a little run of the mill. But I like that director. And
I'm not saying it was even. I'm not even saying it was directed bad.
They did some weird things where they like tracked.
I was going to
Matt
bring
Damon
this up
and kept him like stabilized in the middle of the screen.
There was one.
I didn't really like.
There was one fight sequence towards the end where they did something really unique I've never seen in a movie with the camera, and that's what I think you're referencing. Was they kept him centered and focused, and they like digitally enhanced like the camera swinging around this fight.
Yeah, they like motion track. Yeah, they motion tracked his head to like.
And I thought I'd never seen that, and I wanted to see what you guys saw. I was kind of like, hey, that's cool. I've never seen that in a film before.
Yeah, I couldn't decide. I don't know. It was weird, but I mean,
here's why I didn't like it, because it calls attention to itself.
Yeah, it did.
It was so jarring.
You're suddenly watching this movie and whoa, the camera's attached to something. Yep. Okay, back to the movie.
But yeah, it only did it for 20 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't overused.
Right. No, totally. But it was unusual.
I thought it was interesting.
It was just, I think for me, there was just no subtlety to that movie. It was just, I'm not going to say, don't go see it, whatever. I really enjoy, no matter what, even given what I've said, and I said some kind of similar stuff even about Oblivion, it's kind of like...
It's still going on. You're not editing this.
Even
it's going to be a huge pile for the people on the podcast.
Now it's even longer.
The movie I was discussing was Elysium.
Elysium.
How do you spell that?
I think there's just one out.
Is it an E? Because it's just 3 lines.
Yeah, it's true. It could just be 3 lines.
Could be 3 Elysium.
Yeah.
Elysium.
Equals Elysium.
Yeah.
It was... So anyway, but the movie, it didn't make any bones about what it was about. There was no subtlety to any of it. It was very broad strokes, and it was okay. But
fun to look at.
Given everything, and I had a great time for all the things you listed. That was still a lot of fun.
Visually, and like the way the physics of some of the weapons they showed off were fucking rad.
This is kind of stuff I said about Oblivion too. Although I think I like Oblivion better. But same kind of thing.
See, I haven't seen that yet.
It's executed it's executed in a way that's like, wow, that was neat. I don't know if it really, whatever, but executed neat, But my point stands even with both of those movies. No matter what, and I'm bagging on this movie kind of, but I enjoy going to see standalone original sci-fi. You know what I mean? A movie. Yeah. It's not a franchise, and I like to support that because I want more of that. But I just like going, even if I don't think it's the greatest movie ever, I enjoy that.
For me, I love a futuristic look at the mundane. Like his job, his life on Earth, him going to the factory, him being in the city he lived in his house. It looked believable and shitty, and that view of the future was so interesting to me. That was before we hit the action or anything with the plot or the main kind of part of the film, but just that detail in the mundane life, specifically his job in the factory and stuff was cool.
I love the robots were
awesome.
I believe that they could be made by some lawnmower manufacturer.
Well, I mean,
whatever.
I went and saw them at Comic-Con.
Yeah, they had them standing around.
And it was like, this is what a robot's going to look like when they start coming out.
Yeah, CGI was really cool.
Yeah, and anyway, so all of that stuff. So I would still say check it out if you want.
I think it's not, District 9 is awesome. It's not as good as District 9, but I still like Neil Blomkamp. Camp, whatever.
Yeah. And I'll still keep an eye out what he does next, or whatever. Movie. But
And then the new Ridley Scott movie looks awesome in my opinion.
Yeah, that looked cool. The trailer.
Yeah,
for
I
that
didn't really
looked
think
cool.
about what
I didn't know
it was a good trailer.
I didn't know he was making a new film, but it had a lot of stars, which
Yeah.
kind of shied.
Yeah, that surprised me.
So many stars. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust that, but from what I saw, the trailer looked
You know,
good.
if you trust him. Is there...
Elysium would have been better if Mark Wahlberg was the main character and he talked like this. We got to go up to Elysium. Come on, guys.
I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I just
you know
think
what was really disappointing? Oh, what?
When you get a lot of big name Hollywood in it, it can get
Maybe they're
like,
patching something up.
Is it red? Is it red too? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is it gonna be?
As well, it's gonna be Red 3.
I hate for it to fall onto that's the appeal of going to the box office just to see a montage of 8 giant Hollywood heads all in the same like Ocean's 12 type bullshit. Like those movies I thought were terrible. It just had 14 fucking
Dude,
AAA
did you see
celebrities.
the
in it.
trailer for the prequel to Ocean's 12?
No.
Ocean's 7?
Is it good?
They got fucking robbed the Nazis?
Is Key and Peele in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, there's a trailer.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, before Elysium, there was a trailer for George Clooney where he's in a bar, and it's clearly 1940s, and he works for the army, and then Matt Damon sits down next to him, and he's like, the Nazis have a lot of art. We gotta steal it. I got 7 guys who are gonna go on this mission. And the whole time
Yeah.
I'm thinking Ocean's 11 prequel, Ocean's 7.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm
Oh,
psyched
I
for
didn't even
that.
realize the
I wanna
two
see
of them
that
are
movie.
in that.
I want to see that.
Dude, every fucking person from Ocean's 11 is
Well,
in that
Bill
movie.
Murray.
And it's the
And John
same
Goodman.
story.
John Goodman was in Oceans.
No, he's
Except
in,
they're robbing Nazis instead of Andy Garcia.
True.
That's the only
I'm
difference.
pretty sure they're not robbing anyone.
literally the only difference.
I'm
They
pretty
should do-
sure that you don't know because you haven't seen it. Eric, argue with that.
Oh yeah, where, the trailer where it ends with
Must-
Matt Damon
mustache
standing on a
camera,
lawn.
Argue with that.
Okay. They're not stealing anything. They're protecting all this stuff from being destroyed.
All right, now camera on me. He hasn't even seen it.
Don't spoil it, Eric, for me.
Yeah.
Spoil it, Eric.
Yeah.
He
I'm
hasn't
going to tell
seen it.
Garrett. Hey,
All
Garrett,
right.
you want to know how it ends?
No, I don't want to know how it
I'm gonna tell
ends.
Garrett how it ends right
I
now.
don't want to know how it
I'll tell
ends.
you. You want me to tell you?
No, don't.
I will.
Don't fucking spoil it.
Yep.
It's Ocean 7.
Ocean 7.
Do you guys want to say
Could they make Ocean Zero and it's like Robin Hood, and Friar Tuck is John Goodman? He says to.
Yeah, they'll make that. Say no more. They're working on it.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Well, anyway, there you go, everybody. There's our review.